Hey there, my name is Luis Alves. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Legau. And if you are on that side of the screen, it's probably because you feel one or more of these pain points you see on my screen. And I know for a fact because I used to be an attorney, I practiced for 7 years, and these were definitely three of the pain points or frictions that I used to feel in my day to day. And there's research actually backing the first one, wasting hours on admin, do work, the kind of work that in the end of the day you cannot bill to your client. So it's non-billable. And also that kind of work that many times drags your motivation and the motivation of your team. Now, definitely uncertainty and stress coming from the fact that sometimes I had zero experience in what I was about to do, or even if there's experience, mine or from someone else, um, that experience is somewhere in the document management system. It's really hard to get it. I would spend a lot of time trying to get to it. My colleagues as well, when I ask them, and even when you find that, since there's all these workload and pressure, sometimes you don't even feel confident enough that you are actually using what you are supposed to be using. So I'm sure you probably can relate to this. And lastly, drafting and redoing everything alone, as if everything is on your shoulders. You try to delegate, but many times associates are not available, or even if they are available, sometimes you end up redoing the work. So you many times have to deal with a leverage system that doesn't really work for you. And this is the kind of problems that I felt as an attorney that I know that you probably are feeling right now and that we with Legal try to solve. But now let me show you a few examples of how we do it. We operate within Word and also Outlook. So either here when you are drafting a motion, a contract, a memo, a letter, whatever type of legal document you need to draft, or if you are just replying to an email, sending an email to someone, um, in both situations, in both scenarios, you can definitely leverage our help, Legal's help. Okay. So I'll show you a few examples, but there's plenty to see. So let's say you want to create a shareholders agreement, right? So you can come here to create, and let's say you need a shareholders agreement from a specific type of industry. And okay, here you can find some. You can definitely use the filters to be even more granular. And what we do here is we classify and index everything you have in your DMS. So what this means is that even if you don't have your documents all tidy up and well stored, don't worry, we can do the heavy lifting for you and make sure you can actually find the documents you are looking for. So in this case, let's say, okay, I want this document to be my basis. I want to start from here. I have done this in the past. This might be helpful to me right now. Here I have it. So I just clicked on a button, and here it is. And this makes it really easy for you to find the information you need because of all the classification we do. So you can be very granular with your search. Now, let's say now that you want a clause of non-compete, you can come to content and find whatever might be relevant to you and just open. And if you want to add it here, you just click in here and we'll add it to your document. So again, you can easily find the diamonds you have internally inside your house, and you can see always the sources, so you always have the context for what you are seeing, right? Now, this is about the example I'm showing you is about a contract, but this could be about a motion, a letter, a resolution, a memo. So in this case, instead of non-compete clauses, you could see, for instance, legal arguments for your motion as well. The same for the documents. So this is one of the ways where you know, no longer need to be searching maybe hours even for the right information. This is a way for you to find it really quickly, really fast, because we do all that heavy lifting of making sure we classify your documents and that they become really easy to find. Now, let me show you something else. So we already have the document we want to use for our case, right? But now let's say we want to actually have a few other things from other examples we have, or just something, that came from the negotiations with the counterparty. Let me show you how. Okay, so inside of review the assistant, click here, edit document, and I'll have a few instructions here. So what I did is I added the instructions, as you can see, and also a document that I wanted to use for the system to take the confidentiality undertakings out of that document and use it here. And what the system did, and you can see here, is adjusted this document or proposed adjustments to this document considering what I told him here, right? So in this case, it's having tag along right for DLO associates, which is one of the shareholders here, as you can see. So what we want is, okay, we want to add this here and adds it in track changes. Now, I also asked for each shareholder having the right to appoint one board member. Here you can see it, and you can add it to the document in the relevant part. And you can do it one by one, or you just can, click whatever number of clauses you want. In this case, it's about the confidentiality clauses, and you can apply them. And that's it. And if we go there, we can see it here. So one by one, you are able to adjust your document based on the results of negotiations, for instance, or based on previous experience that you have. And I uploaded one document, but you can upload multiple documents, of course, and they don't need to be Word documents. They can be PDFs, for instance. So you can definitely leverage what you have, and also just delegate as if you were delegating to a junior associate, for instance. So you don't need to know prompting to actually make this work. That's part of the beauty of our product and of the intermediary layers that built in terms of engineering and prompting, so that you don't have to know prompting. You just delegate as you would to an associate. Now, let me show you something else. Let's say, okay, so here you are editing something that either came from the counterparty or as we did in the beginning, so something that we want as our basis for the work. But sometimes, you don't have like a clear basis, so you want to actually merge multiple documents in one. So that's something I'll show you now. So you can come here. I added the new context, so I picked two references that I trust, two documents that I want to use as my basis. I provided the new context for this document, and now the assistant is drafting this new document, which in this case is a contract. Again, that used to be my bread and butter. That's why I talk about contracts, but you can think of memos, motions, and so on. So you can see it here drafting the document. And the good thing is that it's based on references that you trust, right? Now, this will take around 2 to 4 minutes to complete, but this would probably take me 2 to 4 hours to draft. Okay, so this is a significant saving of time, and now you can dedicate that time to actually do the creative part, focus on the nuances, actually adding value to your client, right? And maybe even mentoring your junior associates to make sure that the next time they can do it on their own and deliver the kind of work you need them to deliver. So here you have the document. So this is based on the references that I provided and that I trust, including in terms of formatting. So this is also another way for us to help you. But let me show you something else. There's plenty to show you. For instance, here there's multiple use cases where we can help you also with translation, planning, research, and of course, creation and review. But let me show you something that might be really helpful for these cases where we are under a lot of pressure. We feel that what if I miss something? Anxiety, that is normal, of course, but now you can also leverage Legau to help you with that in multiple ways. You can use the identify missing clauses to make sure that you have not missed anything. Let's say it's the first time you are doing this, you can definitely leverage this to feel more at peace with what you've done. But even if you have done it before, under pressure with a lot of workload, tight deadlines, definitely this can be very helpful and give you some peace of mind while you are drafting and going through all the documents. Or go and find negotiable points as well. There's multiple ways you can get help from Legau. And I'll show you one of these, and then I'll show you one use case on Outlook so that you can also see how we can help you there. So let's go to the missing clauses, because I think one of the beautiful parts of this is that you can actually have suggestions of clauses. So we clicked on submit, and you have multiple clauses that are missing from this specific contract. And let's say you want something about indemnification. This will provide you one suggestion that you can use and is based on the context of the contract. So you can see using the correct names of the parties, for instance. And then you can just add this to the document or copy paste it to use it somewhere else. But you can do this for each type of clause you can see here. Now, let's say we are ready to send this. So here we are inside of Outlook. I'll open Legau from here. And here you have Legau as well inside of Outlook. So if you need to draft an email, we are here for you as well. And you can use multiple features as well. And one of them is you can create your own email template. So let's say I just want to use this one that I created. I just click in here and you can then adjust whatever you need to adjust, send it to your client, right? Now, if you want to draft something from scratch, you can also do it here, or you can get help replying to emails as well. So let's say we want to write something about a specific topic. I gave the instructions in this case, and I pushed submit, and here you have the the proposal from the assistant with an overview of the legal duties of the directors and with some recommendations to mitigate potential liability. So if this is what we are looking for, we just click in here and that's it. We can work on it if you want, or if we want to adjust or provide additional context, you can always do it here using the chat as well. So these are just a few examples of how Legau can help you. There's plenty more features that can help you to do work. Also, the stress and anxiety and uncertainty and all the broken leverage systems take all of that out of your day and make sure you have a better day as an attorney. You can actually deliver the work you need to deliver with quality and in time.